we are going to be smoking some Davidoff Medallion Flakes. Welcome to the Tainted Tavern.
Welcome to the Tainted Tavern. Come sit inside for free.
Okay, now as I say, today I've got a pipe tobacco review for you. I've not done one of them for the last week or so. I've been tied up doing other things and trying to keep a constant stream of videos coming to this channel on various subjects. So today I'm going to do a pipe tobacco review for you. And what I'm smoking is Davidoff Flake Medallions, which is a vapor, so it's Virginia and Perique. And it's also got a little black Cavendish. Now these come in quite an unusual, they sort of like Peter Stockaby's medallions. They're medallion cuts. So basically what we've got here is a medallion of tobacco. Incidentally, this sample here was kindly sent to me by a viewer of this channel, Craig, so thank you for that. He sent me several tobaccos which I will be going through over reviews over the coming weeks, but for today we're concentrating on Davidoff Flake Medallion tobacco. So let me get this open and we'll talk about the flake. Let me just cut this. He's sealed these in airtight bags, vacuum sealed. It's really good the way he's done this. Put that there because I think there's 3 medallions in here, so this is going to be several pipes. So let me open it and pull off one of these medallions. I've actually got 2 there. So yeah, that's one. So quite an unusual cut, the medallion, although these are not, Davidoff is not the only tobacco that does do this, but I'm just going to bring this closer to the camera so you can see what we see in here now. Basically we've got the outer circle here, which is the Virginia and Perique, and right there, the black center you can see there, I don't know how well that's picking up, that's a black Cavendish. Now in order to smoke this, I'll rub it out. You can stuff and fold this, but I will rub it out. I tend to prefer to do that to my tobaccos. I'm going to be smoking this in a vintage Hardcastle, which was an which was an eBay purchase several months back, and I've done a bit of reconditioning, cleaning up, and it's a very good smoker. And full housekeeping, I'm drinking some Belvini 14-year-old Caribbean cask, which is a damn fine whiskey. It's very fruity. Okay, so I'm going to get the tobacco prepared, and we'll probably go out. We leave the tavern today because it's a wonderful sunny day, and we'll go out into the beer garden to actually smoke this beauty. But there's something else I want to talk about first. And that is a little gadget which I purchased off Amazon recently for £25. And I've seen it on Amazon now for £22. I hate it when that happens. But this is a little digital radio, a little DAB Plus radio. I love radio, but I tend to not listen to radio so much for music. Sometimes I'll have absolute country or absolute rock on when I'm working out the back garden and just let it play away in the background. But I tend to use music because I'm a massive fan of Radio 4. And I also love Radio 4 Extra. Radio 4 Extra, which is the sister station to Radio 4. It's a DAB-only station. It started out called Radio 7, and it broadcasts things like dramas, comedies, science fiction plays, you know, that type of stuff. But then it was renamed as Radio 4 Extra. I love it anyway. And I bought this little radio here off Amazon for using in the back garden and basically carrying about. As I say, £25, and I absolutely love it. It's superb value, so I just wanted to point it out on this channel. It's got its own little extractable area, up and down, commonplace. For its price, it's got a very, very nice colour screen there. I'm just switching it on.
An unofficial community
That's
mentor
Radio
in the
4.
Small Heath area of Birmingham. Gus is one of several stand-ups who started off in teaching, including Ramesh Ranganathan.
And it's a really good device. I mean, it's called Myocket. It's made in China, so it's a Myocket HSD009, built as a BT 5 receiver. It's got FM, and Dab Plus. Quick review. Okay, it's a solid enough device. What really surprised me about this is how good the sound quality is. Now, for music, it can be a bit tinny bit, and you get that with a small little speaker in here. But for spoken word radio, which is mostly what I listen to, such as I said, Radio 4, Radio 4 Extra.
The way he was flippant with the
superb.
it's just more proof
It's
that
lovely,
like,
and
wants to potentially.
yeah, I use it out in the garden a lot.
They go do
The colour screen is really clear.
Great Davis.
When you first did it on, it auto scans for channels. It's got a rechargeable built-in battery, so basically it's with a USB, USB-C, thankfully, not the USB, micro USB, which you often see on some of these cheaper units. It's got USB-C, plug it into a charger, give it a full charge, and it lasts seemingly forever. I'm well pleased with this that's the only con I'm going to give it. What a stupid fucking name. Gocket, sort of rocket, where they take away the R and put a MY there instead. But it's a wonderful little device. Highly recommend it. And for £25, you can't go wrong. And at the moment, this is on Amazon for £22. So well worth checking out if you're a radio fan like me. Okay, back to the tobacco. Now I'm going to prepare the flakes tobacco, the medallions, as I say, by rubbing them out. And I've actually got 2 flakes there, so Craig's been rather generous with the sample he sent me. So I'll put one back in the pack. Now, basically, just rub it between your hands. The moisture level on this is pretty decent, I think. It's not too moist, so I don't think I'm going to have to leave this really to dry out. And it really rubbed out well there. Tin note is very, almost like raisins. I'm just going to take another little piece of a medallion here because this, come to think of it, the way it's fallen apart in my hand would probably work quite well as using the stuff and flake method, if that's what you prefer. Some people believe that stuff and flake allows for more the flavours to remain in the tobacco and get into your mouth when you're actually smoking it. That's not my opinion. I always rub out flake tobaccos, medallions, coins, whatever. I was recently smoking Cabby's mixture from Samuel Garwith, which come in coin cuts, so very similar to medallion but a lot smaller, and I rubbed that out as well. So we've got it rubbed out to a lovely flaky consistency. It's just like a ready rubbed tobacco now. So I'm going to fill up the Ardcastle, and as I say, this is a superb pipe. Lovely grain on this as well. I think I paid about £10 from this from eBay. So you can't fault something, you can't fault it. And it didn't need too much cleaning up either. It needed a good ream. There was quite a layer of carbon there, but I just give it a light ream in because you don't want to get rid of the full carbon layer. Of course, it protects the briar. So I give it a light ream in. I give the bowl and the stem, the shank, a bit of a polish, and then the mouthpiece here I cleaned. It was heavily oxidized. What I use to get rid of oxidation, and there are various things you can use, such as OxyClean, but I just use toothpaste. I've got an old toothbrush in my pipe tobacco box, which I call my pipe cellar, where I keep all my tobacco. I've got an old toothbrush in there. I put a bit of smoker's toothpaste on it and really rub the stem up, right up over the mouthpiece, and it brings the shine back. And only thing is, you've got to make sure you wash it off correctly, because otherwise you'll have a minty toothpaste taste for your several next pipe. So I'm just going to pack this pipe now. Usual method, lightly put the tobacco in for the first layer, then I'll tamp it down using my trusty little Rogers pipe knife. Tamp it down gently though for the first tamp in. Then I'll put a bit more tobacco in, and again tamp it down a little more firmly this time, but again not overly firm. Then the last bit, the last of the tobacco, and this is going to go lovely in the bowl here. I'm not going to have to return nothing to my little packet. So I'm going to get this pipe right up to the brim with 1.5 medallions, and this is a medium bowl. It's not a large bowl, but it's certainly not a small bowl. So just scrape off those last pieces of tobacco there and pop them in the bowl, waste not, want not. And thank you very much, Craig, for these samples. And let's retire to the beer garden and sample Davidoff's Medallion Flake tobacco. Nice whiskey though. Tropical aromas. So it's mild. In terms of taste. Probably on the mild nicotine levels. Lovely day. Little dog, what are you doing? Wife's dog. I said it was raisins on the tin note. Something of dark fruits coming through on the smoke. Burns really well. Smooth. Like taste the perique. And the grassiness of the Virginia. I'm not sure what the Black Cavendish is doing in this. Probably marrying the two separate tastes, the pepperiness of the perique and the grassy, hay-like qualities of the Virginia is probably marrying them both together. It's quite sweet.
Walking the hills, piping whiskey at hand.
Well, that's decent whiskey. 14 years old. Matured in Caribbean casks, rum casks. You get that coconutty hint.
Rambles never end as planned, 'cause I'm the drunken
Loving this weather.
rambler, sipping each mile. I'm the drunken rambler, always.
Check the dog. Little dog, what are you doing up there? Go on then. Gotta keep an eye out because she'll go through the fence.
Got a smile.
It's an enjoyable smoke. Sweet, very sweet. Taste is like something like a Corona cigar. this is something I could smoke from time to time. It's I think I've said I'm primarily an English type blend smoker, but this is nice. I do like vapors, and this is, you know, in terms of being a vapor, it's one of the best ones, I think. So I'm getting that kind of dark fruit flavours, like a raisin. It goes well with whiskey. Then whiskey's my drink, anything goes with whiskey. As I say, it burns really well. It takes to a flame. It smoulders away nicely in the bowl.
Walking the hills, ain't been whiskey at hand. Rambles never.
It's not unlike something like Three Nuns, although it's more fruity and sweeter than that.
This plan, 'cause I'm the drunken.
I suppose it's a good example of the vapor category. I don't believe it's cheap either. I think it's regarded as one of the premium type tobaccos. It is very nice though.
Rambler, sipping each mile. I'm the drunken.
Very nice indeed. Lovely display on its azalea this year. I planted this last year, and I added a lot of liquid fertilizer to it at the beginning of this growing season. I'm really pleased with the display I'm getting on this year. Yeah, the tobacco. It's a lovely, sweet, perhaps some aniseed. Possibly dark fruits like raisins. Because this is one of those vapors that offers a mild, enjoyable sweet smoke. It's not too harsh in nicotine levels, although there is some strength. I would say it's medium nicotine level. Okay, so that's the entire bowl smoked, and what I will say about this tobacco is it's very, very creamy, and I mean properly creamy. I say a lot of tobaccos are creamy, I've already mentioned that, but this really does give a creamy quality in the back of the throat. It's very, very flavourful. You get that Virginia grassiness, you get that Perique spiciness, and you get something of the Black Cavendish, the way it manages to provide a sweet point between the two extremes of the spicy and the earthiness and the grassiness and the sweetness of the Virginia. It manages to intertwine these two, which are basically disparate in taste, and it brings it together really well. So you feel like you're smoking a very good quality tobacco. I did mention that it was something like a good Corona cigar, and it was. It had that almost cigar-like quality to it. It was really, really, really nice. Davidoff Medallion Flakes. Wonderful stuff. What more can you say? Cheers. As I think I mentioned, it burns really well. I mean, I've packed this bowl. I've been smoking this now for, I would say, a good 30 minutes. I'm coming down to the bottom of the bowl now. Getting a very rich, pepperiness provided by the Perique. And the way that the Black Cavendish mingles with both the Perique and the Virginia, and Virginias and Perique are on opposite ends of the taste spectrum, where you can get a natural sweetness from Virginia, you get that more spicy quality of the Perique. the Cavendish is sitting somewhere in the middle, and it's allowing these two flavours to coexist in harmony. It's really nice tobacco. I'm so glad that the weather's changed, and we're in, what we know, May the 3rd, so we're heading into just about to get into mid-spring. Or rather mid to late spring, I would say. I can't pick any faults with this tobacco. As a vapour, it's on the high quality level of vapours. It's one of the better vapours. A vapour is a style that a lot of you like. I mean, I'm more lean towards more English, earthy, lactic-ear heavy tobaccos, but this is certainly not something that I wouldn't smoke on a regular basis. I will. I'm very much enjoying this. I also don't think the room note would be too pungent for a non-smoker. Very nice. It is creamy. I use that word a lot when reviewing pipe tobaccos, but I can't help that. A lot of pipe tobaccos are creamy. This is especially creamy. By the way, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I'm really over the moon with the amount of subscribers I've got now, and it keeps climbing. And I'm absolutely delighted with those of you who do comment. But I would like to encourage more commenting. I'll answer each and every comment. We can get some dialogue going. But this is a fine tobacco. I don't do a rating system of tobaccos. I either enjoy it or I don't. I very much enjoyed this. It's a vapour. So again, that's out of my usual comfort zone. I'm not really a vapour smoker, although I do enjoy a vapour from time to time. And it's very, very good. In fact, as an example of the category, the vapour category, this is probably one of the very best I've ever tried. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please come back soon for more tobacco related videos, more whiskey related videos, more film reviews, more book reviews, and more talking about, and a lot more talking about the project I'm working on for my usual publishers at the moment, which is an Elvis Presley book, but an Elvis Presley book with a difference. There'll be much more information on that coming. And if you're not interested in Elvis Presley, then wind your neck in and ask yourself, why not? Everyone should be interested in Elvis Presley. So that's all for now. Please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, yaki da, cheers, Salange, and come back to the Tainted Tavern.
Come back soon.